araw mga kapinta, ang bidyong ito ay ang pagkukumpara ng mahal na gamit sa murang gamit. Ang gamit po na yun ay mga gamit naming mga autopainter, yung mahal na spray gun at ang murang spray gun. Kung ano po ang quality niya. Panoorin po natin ang bidyong ito.
Some base coat down, some clear coat, and I'm going to use a cheap gun, about $150, and I use an expensive gun, which is about $700, and we'll compare the difference, see what we get. Got some panels here, they're all primed and sanded and ready to go. They're all pretty much the same size. So I'll paint them in my base coat, then we'll test the different guns with the clear coat. I'm ready to spray my base coat. I'm using a Ford colour, it's called Mystic. It's got a lot of pearls and metallics in it. I'm going to mix it 50-50 with some base coat reducer, and I'm going to use the DeVilbiss DV1 base coat spray gun to just lay the base coat down on these panels. So the base coat is all going to be exactly the same. Now it's time for the clear coat. I'm going to mix up my 2K clear. This is a high solid, fast drying 2K clear, and I'm going to use the DeVilbiss DV1 first. This spray gun is about $700 and is a professional spray gun. The air cap is suited to spray clear coat and give that OEM finish. It's going to apply a good amount of clear on the job and atomize the clear nicely, even at a low pressure. I'm going to spray 2 coats of clear on this panel using the recommended air pressure of 1.5 bar, and then we'll see how it looks. Now it's time for the cheap spray gun. I'm going to use the exact same clear and basically spray it over the exact same base coat. Going to spray 2 coats of the clear, then we can compare the difference. These cheaper spray guns are normally a copy of an expensive gun. They can be heavier and have a noticeable lack of quality, but this spray gun is actually quite nice and doesn't look too cheap. It does have a noticeable difference in feel and application. I can visibly see that less clear coat is going on the job, and I'm having to overlap and slow down a bit more to get the clear on how I want it. The fan isn't as wide and not as much product comes out of the gun. I'll demonstrate that in the next step, and we can see the difference between the two guns and the fan pattern. In this test you can actually see the clear coming out of the gun, and the more expensive DeVilbiss has a more even spray pattern and more clear comes out when the trigger is pulled. So yeah, you can see here the DeVilbiss spray pattern is nice and uniform. It's got a thick build and a lot of clear is coming out. The cheaper spray gun, the fan is not as even, there's not as much clear, it's not as wide, and this is going to affect the way you spray. So we know the expensive...
Been a pioneer in paint guns, and when we look at
I've just sprayed a whole bunch of panels using the same base coat and the same clear coat. But on some panels I've used a $25 gun, and on the other panels I've used a gun that's worth over $700. Some panels I sprayed vertical, and the other panels I sprayed flat. These two were sprayed flat, and if you can tell the difference, let us know in the comments. Hey guys, my name's Dave, this is Custom Spray Mod. Now in this video I'm going to test a really cheap spray gun compared to an expensive spray gun. So in my last video I did the exact same thing. I compared a $150 spray gun to a over $700 spray gun, but according to the internet, $150 is not cheap enough, so I went out and found a cheaper gun. Now this gun was about 35 bucks, but then I found out it was on special, so normally it's $110. So I went out and found an even cheaper gun. I've got that here. It's this one. Ozito was $25, it was under $25. Now I'm sure in USA, Canada or like the UK, you can probably get this gun for under 20 bucks. But here in Australia, this was under $25. So I'm going to paint 2 panels with the cheap gun. I'm going to paint another 2 panels with my DV1, which is over $700. And we'll compare the difference. I'm going to paint a flat panel and a vertical panel. I'm going to use base coat and clear coat with this gun. Do the exact same thing with the DV1, and we'll see if we can tell the difference. Do that now. Check it out.